a way sometimes of reminding man of just how small he is. She occasionally throws up the terrible offsprings of our pride and carelessness to remind us of how puny we really are in the face of a tornado, an earthquake, or a Godzilla. The reckless ambitions of man are often dwarfed by their dangerous consequences. For now, Godzilla, that strangely innocent and tragic monster, has gone to Earth. Whether he returns or not, or is never again seen by human eyes, the things he has taught us remain.
This is Chris. Welcome to the GYATT Fortnite podcast, where we are already 5 weeks away from Chapter 6, Season 2. And boy, do I have a podcast for you today. Technically, someone else might already have a Fortnite podcast, but in the spirit of Fortnite, I'm looking forward to launching myself across the map with the new chainsaw-like mechanic and new mini battle royale mode that's coming to Chapter 6, Season 2. Can we say chasing shadows? And if you like shadows, I mean really, really big shadows, how about Godzilla tearing up the map? She looks like she's in her 50s. Someone send an asteroid. Godzilla has already tore apart the bridge. Shining Span has turned into Shattered Span. Amazing to see how much Fortnite has insanely captured our attention this season by sticking around during the Christmas break. With games like Marvel Rivals taking bits and pieces of the player base, Fortnite is still pushing through. Get right to it. Well, it could still be snowing where you are, as it's winter around the world. But in Fortnite, that has ended. A new season is arriving, and with it, the destruction of some POIs. I'm interested to see if the small town of Bird, just west of the map, below Nightshift Forest, is going to change. Still, no Demon Slayer in sight. No One Piece in sight. But we have an island that has captured the beauty of Japanese folklore. I think Fortnite right now is at 98 health and 75 blue shield. It's really coming into its own, as much as it's throwing everything, including the kitchen sink and Skibidi toilet, at us. Can't wait to see what's next. You ever notice how nobody ever calls themselves a tryhard? It's like a bad haircut. You don't realize you have it, but everyone else does. In Fortnite, the term tryhard isn't self-appointed. It's assigned. usually by someone who just got eliminated and needs a reason why it wasn't their fault. You never hear someone say, "Yeah, I'm a tryhard," but you hear plenty of, "Bro, that dude was such a tryhard." We all know the type. The player who doesn't just eliminate you, they chase you down relentlessly, like their life depends on it. The zero build demon who slides, jumps, mantles, and crouch spams all at the same exact time. And let's not forget the ultimate sign of a tryhard. They don't just win, they emote on you afterward. But here's the twist: what if you're the tryhard? What if, despite all the complaining, you're actually the same type of player you claim to hate? Fortnite has created a battlefield of skill, mechanics, and sweat. And somewhere in that chaos, tryhards were born. They're the ultimate competitors, the ones who refuse to lose, the ones who do the absolute most. But somehow, we all wish we had that level of skill. So today, on the GYATT Fortnite podcast, we're breaking it down. Who really is the tryhard? How does Fortnite encourage them? And by the end of this episode, you might just realize you're the tryhard that you complain about. The tryhard checklist. How do you know? Let's get something straight. Being a tryhard isn't about skill, it's about mentality. A casual player wants to win, a tryhard needs to win. So, how do you know if you're dealing with a tryhard? Let's go through the checklist. The chase down mentality. If you shoot at a casual player and they get weak, they'll run away to heal. If you shoot at a tryhard and they get weak, they'll hunt you across the entire map just to settle the score. You land one lucky shot, and now you've triggered John Wick mode in their brain. They will burn all their materials, use every mobility item in existence, and travel across the entire biome just to eliminate you. There is no such thing as letting it go. If you shoot, it's personal now. Then you have the movement demons. Tryhards in Zero Build don't need walls. They have movement. These players have no predictable patterns. Sliding, mantling, jumping, crouching. They make 1 HP last longer than it should because you can't hit them. If they're chasing you, you're not escaping. What is a perfect loadout? Well, tryhards know. Tryhards don't run random loot. They curate their inventory. Pump shotgun plus twin mag SMG plus shockwaves equals the tryhard starter pack. If they have a kinetic blade, bouncers, or rift to go, just accept your fate. Then you have the emote after elimination. Nothing says I try hard more than wasting precious in-game time just to rub it in. If they hit you with any dance, or even just a quick default dance, you know it wasn't just a win. It was a statement. Now, here's the deal. Here's the real question. How many of these have you done? Fortnite's role in creating the tryhard. Let's start with the harsh truth about Fortnite. New players have no chance. None. You drop in for the first time thinking, oh, it's just a fun battle royale where I could shoot, loot, and survive. And then boom, You're eliminated in 2.3 seconds by someone who just built a 10-story fortress around you, edited through it, hit a 180-degree flick shot, and somehow had the time to emote before you even finished processing what happened. What happened? See, Fortnite isn't just about shooting. It's about mechanics, movement, and game sense. It's about knowing how to position yourself, rotate properly, manage materials, track your opponents, and predict fights before they even start. And guess what? If you don't have these things, you're not just bad, you're content. You're another elimination in someone's highlight montage. So, what do? Do you accept defeat? Just keep landing, getting bodied, and moving on? Or do you start trying harder? Because eventually, every casual player hits that point. That moment where they say, I'm sick of getting destroyed. I need to learn. I need to improve. I need to sweat. And just like that, another tryhard is born. But is that a bad thing? If the game actively forces you to improve in order to survive, is being a tryhard even a choice? Or is it a necessity? And if you don't make that choice, are you just choosing to lose? Skill-based matchmaking, to me is the never-ending sweat cycle. Let's talk about the real villain behind the tryhard epidemic. SBMM, okay? Skill-based matchmaking. It's supposed to be a good thing, right? The idea is fairly simple. Better players play against better players. Casual players play against casual players. Everyone has a fair experience. In theory, that makes sense. But in practice, SBMM has only made Fortnite sweatier than ever. Why? Because the moment you start winning too much, the game punishes you for it. You think you're getting better? Cool. Now take a trip to Sweatville, USA, where every player in your lobby is cracked out of their mind, and every fight feels like a tournament final. What does that do to people? It forces them to sweat harder just to keep up. It turns casual players into tryhards just so they can stay competitive. And even the ones who want to play, the ones who just want to play on a chill mode sort of day are like, bro, I don't want to sweat, but I literally have to, or I'll get wiped in the first 30 seconds. So, at what point does trying hard stop being a choice? If you don't grind, improve, and push yourself, you just get farmed. And here's the real question. Is that healthy for a game? Is a battle royale supposed to be this competitive? Or has Fortnite's matchmaking turned every lobby into a survival of the sweatiest? And if that's the case, is Fortnite even a casual game anymore? Cosmetics and ego. The psychological warfare of Fortnite skins. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about one of the most underrated reasons why people become tryhards. Cosmetics. Simply, Fortnite has mastered the psychological warfare of skins. Think about it. Some skins just send a message. You see a Travis skin coming at you, you're already nervous. You see a full black superhero skin. Yeah, you're about to get put on a highlight reel. Aura mains, hey, they're aggressive. And the second you see a renegade raider in your lobby, your fight or flight instincts, they definitely kick in. And this isn't just in our heads. Fortnite skin meta is very real. People choose skins to intimidate others. They want you to see them and immediately lose confidence. So now ask yourself, how many people have become tryhards just to match the energy of their skins? If you put on a sweaty skin, do you feel obligated to play better? And is that a weird form of peer pressure? Because at some point, if you're rocking a Black Knight or an OG Skull Trooper, there's an expectation. You can't play like a bot. You have to sweat. So does Fortnite manipulate us into becoming tryhards just by selling cosmetics? And if so, how how deep does that psychological mind game really go? Mobility, while you're never safe from a tryhard. Okay, all right. Last thing. You ever try to run away from a fight in Fortnite? Yeah, it doesn't work because Fortnite has so many mobility options that if someone wants to chase you, they will chase you. Mobility items enable psychotic behavior. Do you agree with that statement? Tryhards love mobility because it gives them the one thing they crave: control. Kinetic blade, instantly closing the gap. Instant. Shockwave grenades, nah, you're not getting away. Rift to go, doesn't matter. They'll find you. Grapple gloves, oh, you're in a car. Nice try. Mobility makes aggression way too easy. And if the game constantly rewards pushing fights and never backing down, how are players supposed to develop any other playstyle? What happens to the strategic players, the sneaky players, the ones who like to rotate smart instead of running headfirst into every battle? Are those players obsolete now? Does Fortnite punish players for being too passive? And if the game is designed to encourage full aggression, at what point does every player naturally evolve into a tryhard just to keep up? Who becomes a tryhard? All right. So we've broken down what a tryhard looks like. We've talked about how Fortnite creates them, how the game forces players to adapt, improve, and sweat their way through increasingly difficult lobbies. But now, let's talk about who actually becomes a tryhard. Because here's the thing, not everyone starts out this way. Nobody installs Fortnite thinking, I'm about to dedicate my life to this game, bro. Nobody plans to sweat through their t shirts every time they drop into a match. And yet, somewhere along the way, it happens. So, who are these players? Where where do they come from? And what drives them? Well, from my experience, there are three types of tryhards. And I guarantee you probably fall into at least one of these categories. First up, we have the overachiever. This is the player who doesn't just want to be good, they need to be. They approach Fortnite like a science experiment. They study patch notes, analyze strategies, watch pro gameplay, and optimize every single move they make. To them, Fortnite isn't just a game, it's a leaderboard, and they need to be at the top. They don't land at random POIs, they have a game plan. They don't pick up random loot. They have a optimized loadout. They don't just play for fun. Winning is fun. And let's be real, this mentality isn't just in Fortnite. These are the same people who try to get 100% in every video game that they play. They rewatch movies to analyze hidden details. They turn casual hobbies into full blown obsessions. They aren't tryhards because they chose to be. They're tryhards because they literally don't know how to operate any other way. And honestly, you kind of have to respect it. But here's the question: if you're always optimizing, always grinding, always pushing to be the absolute best, at what point does Fortnite stop being fun and just become work? Next, we have the revenge seeker. And let me tell you, this is personal. We've all had that moment, the one elimination that felt unfair, that disrespected us, that changed us forever. Maybe you were one shot away from winning your first match and someone hit you with a lucky headshot from 200 meters away. Maybe you trusted a random teammate and they betrayed you by running away at the worst possible moment. Whatever it was, it flipped a switch in your brain. You swore that would never happen again. You started training. You started watching YouTube guides. You just did all these mechanics and 90s and everything in creative mode. And before you knew it, you became a sweat. But here's the funny thing: revenge seekers don't even realize they've turned into tryhards. They tell themselves, I'm just improving. But deep down, it's about proving something. They play with the chip on their shoulder. Every fight is personal. Every elimination is a chance to get back at the Fortnite gods for what they've suffered in the past. And so the question is, if the fear of losing is what drives you to win, are you actually having fun? Or are you just running from the trauma of your past eliminations? Next, we have the born competitor. I'm not sweating, you're just losing. This is the player who was always going to be good at Fortnite. It didn't matter when they started, who they played with, or what mode they were in, what chapter, whatever. They just get it. These are the ones who never needed a tutorial. The ones who pick up a new game and dominate within hours. These are the ones who don't even feel like they're trying hard, but still wipe the floor with everyone else. And let's be honest, these players are the most frustrating to go up against because they aren't even sweating. They aren't grinding for hours. They're just built different. And the worst part, they don't understand why you're struggling. You ever have that friend who always wins fights and says, dude, just hit your shots? Or someone who casually 1v3s a squad and calls it light work? That's the born competitor. They don't need to be a tryhard. They don't need to analyze their mistakes. They're just naturally better than you. And they don't even realize how annoying that is. And here's the final question: if you're just naturally gifted at Fortnite, does that automatically make you a tryhard? Or does the tryhard label only apply to people who have to work for it? Are we all tryhards in something? Okay, so let's step back for a second. We've spent this entire episode breaking down tryhards, who they are, why they exist, and how Fortnite practically forces people to become one. But here's a thought. What if trying hard isn't actually a bad thing? Think about it. The term try hard is usually meant as an insult, right? Like, bro, relax. It's just a game. But why do we shame people for putting in effort? Isn't that what success is built on? Maybe trying hard is just another way of saying you care about something. And let's be real, everyone is a tryhard in something. Some people sweat Fortnite lobbies like their life depends on it. Others grind at the gym, pushing themselves to the limit. Some people obsess over work, trying to climb the corporate ladder. And let's not forget the people who treat fantasy football like it's the actual NFL. That would be me. So if we all have something we go above and beyond for, then maybe the real question isn't why are people tryhards in Fortnite, but rather, what's the thing you try hardest at? Because whether it's Fortnite, work, or life, we're all tryhards in something. So now we're left with the real question. Are tryhards born or are they made? If Fortnite forces people to sweat just to survive, then is anyone truly a casual player anymore? I don't think so. And if we're all sweating, improving, and adapting over time, then eventually, aren't we all just tryhards waiting to be exposed? Something to think about. This is Chris once again saying thanks for tuning into the world's first GYATT Fortnite podcast. Until next time, keep your shields up, your emotes ready, and remember, it's all about how you see the game. I want to say thank you again to everybody on social media, on TikTok. I hope the platform is still there by next week. TikTok is such a great platform. You can follow me on TikTok still at GYATT Fortnite Podcast and on X at GYATTFortCast. This episode made me open up my eyes a bit as I was writing it. And I will see you guys soon